I didn't do that. That wasn't supposed to happen like that. Uno momento. Welcome to the Brother Legacy, y'all. Make sure you are sharing. Sharing is caring. Appreciate you guys hanging out, rocking with us this morning. That's all. You know, while you're watching this, just you can go away, come on back. All right. It's the last loop, and then we're gonna kick off the show. All right.
Stand up.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'll be feeling my man from Juice. What's his name? What's the name? Omar Epps character.
Omar Epps?
Yeah, what's his character name? What's his character name? Juice.
Not Kadeem.
I don't know. Now you got the juice. That's all I know.
No, Hakeem was the one that got killed. He got killed.
Q. I was
man.
So how we missed that? That was easy, huh?
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Erica. EC. Brian has a new job. So his job is he got a huge promotion. So you may not see him as much.
Wow, huge promotion. Huge. I'll be like, can I borrow $1?
All right.
So why is that always a response? Why everybody asks for $1?
You said that's the beginning. Yeah, you got $1, you got $5.
All right.
And buy $1.
Because I can't get nothing for $1.
Yeah.
I can't even get a soda out of the soda machine for $1.
Yeah, good. Oh man. All right. So today, welcome. Make sure you are sharing and engaging. Let everybody know that the brothers are on. So I guess we got TC and EC.
TC and EC.
Together forever. Forever, ever. All right. We didn't do that one? Oh, wait, maybe we're going to. All right, Larry, I got you. I need to go grab my coffee in a minute. But before we do that, I'm just keeping it real.
I need that coffee.
I need that coffee. It is freezing. I apologize. It is freezing based on Georgia metrics. It's about 22 degrees. Yeah, maybe lower in certain spaces. So my daughter's bus
Looks
was
nice
late.
and bright where Kaneem is.
Right? it's a lie.
Kaneem
It's
makes
fake.
it look
It's
good.
fake. It's fake.
So,
It's right.
are they shutting down everything because it's too cold?
They did that Monday. Oh,
yeah, we did that already.
They already did that.
We
That
already
used
did
to
that.
drive me nuts. It's like, wait a minute, you get a little dust in the snow, shut everything
Right.
down.
Right.
Since the snowpocalypse back in the day.
Oh,
they don't
right,
care.
right.
Man, that was crazy. So that happened in wow, it was about 10 years ago. Right about now, 10 years ago. And I was leaving the hospital, just got my leg checked, and you could hear that it's about to snow. I had broke my leg. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get to the house. Got to the house. As soon as I got to the house, clicked the news on, downtown was gridlocked. And it was crazy. I just left the area, and so I remember that. It's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, painful time.
I don't think I was here at that time.
Rain.
I wasn't here. Praise the Lord. I wasn't here. So today is National Gourmet Coffee Day.
Oh,
National
snap.
Gourmet. A gourmet, depending on where you're from.
Gourmet.
Coffee.
Gourmet.
The English language is such a funny thing. Speaking of language and words and spelling, shout out to my daughter, Alexis Walker, coming in second place. She's going to move on in the spelling bee. Very tense. Shout out to all of the kids. The words were not easy. The words were not easy. It's rough. It was rough. I think I was out about the second round. So
the person pronouncing the words where they were pronouncing the words properly for these kids.
Yes, but the person that, thank you, Lisa. The person that was saying, that's correct or that's incorrect. He was I don't know what was wrong with him, and he was messing up. He said one was like incorrect, and the people, like, I think he had two other people next to him. They was like, no, that was right. Like, what you doing? So, yeah, he was messing up.
Dude, I was destroying the spelling bee at my time, right? And then the teacher they had to get up there. She goes hat, right? She goes hat.
Okay.
Hat. Right? She goes hat. Right? I'm like, did you say hat? Right? She was like, yes, hat. Right? Okay. But she said it where she was like hacked, right? Hacked. Right? So I'm like, hackata. Well, that's HACT, but that's not a real word in the English dictionary. Right? So she says it, she say it in the sentence, and she couldn't put it in the sentence. I'm like, okay, fine. Say the word one more time. Hackata. So I go HACT. They go wrong. I'm like, what's the darn word? HACK. Hack. She could not pronounce the word hack. She said,
I'm over here cracking up because you're like, I'm killing it in the spelling bee, and you're on the word hack.
Right.
Yeah, the word hack, right? It's the word hack. But she said hack.
That's like the second round right there. That's second round word right there.
Nah, it was the last two. I was the last two. And she said,
with hack. Well, you know what? You know what? And it's funny, right? And I've said this last year. I'm probably gonna say it again if she's in it. Spelling bee is a word lottery. It's a word lottery because the girl that won. Now she has some difficult words at the end, but through the beginning, like I would get, like Thomas would get butter, Kadeem would get water, then it get to Larry, he'll get like something like through, and then I would get supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, right.
You get Icelandic.
And so I'm telling you, it's like a word lottery because it's, it's those words that especially like last year at the end, they gave a word that had a silent letter. And I'm like, how, unless you really know the word, you are not gonna know there's a daggone H at the end of this word. Like, you're not gonna know. That just don't sound right. Like, so yeah, it's challenge. It's a word lottery for real. Like,
and I believe they're not supposed to use synonyms, so you can't use pew, and pew.
Oh, they use them. They tell you though. They tell you this is.
Okay.
It's challenging. It's challenging. So not only shout out to my daughter, but shout out to all of them, the children that went through those rounds and did good. Because one kid, once you if in the competition, once you say the letter, you can't go back.
Yeah.
And I watched one kid say it, and it was like, should I walk off or should I just keep spelling this daggone word? He just kept spelling any word. Just X Z E. I'm out.
Imagine being a kid. Imagine being a kid in the first round that gets onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia.
Right, it happened.
You were like,
oh yeah, you out. I'm sorry, brother. Well, I get that word. Everybody got hat, fit, hack. And I get this word.
If you get a word like that, you should just start asking all the questions. Can you use it in a sentence? Can you give me the country of origin? Can you just ask questions? Act like you're smart.
Can you start spelling it for me?
How were you when you learned how to spell that word?
Right. Do you know how to spell this word? Do you? Does anybody know how to spell this word?
Anyone here ever heard that word? Someone give me a hint. Blink. Do Morse code. Something. Anything.
We doing.
Someone has Siri on their phone. Siri, spell.
Siri, spell onomatopoeia.
You made that word up, didn't you?
Look.
O-N-O-M-A-T-O-P. See? All that's what you need to do in spelling bee.
Can you imagine doing that? Listen. So you on the stage and then you just yell out, "Hey Siri, spell onomatopoeia." And all the phones start going off.
Oh, I guess it looks like you got to pass on this word now, don't you? Give me another word.
Hack.
Hack.
Ruined it. This word, give me another word. Check it out.
See, all up in my business.
All up in the bit. Right. Can I buy a vowel? Can I buy a vowel? I got $5. Can I buy a vowel? All right. So before we get into building systematic economics, Kaneem,
what up?
Did you get a chance to watch the video?
No, I did not. I didn't see it till this morning. I was already on the road, bro.
Man, it was some good listening.
It's good, man. It's good. I'm gonna need you to watch it.
What's that? Said it was an hour or something.
Yeah, but you watch it on it.
You can listen to it.
I sped it up to 1.5, and so I got it done this morning
in a half hour.
Pretty much
45 minutes. So
I could have did that.
All right, well, if I hear something interesting, then I'll chime in. But for now, break it down for me, brother. Give me one of your soliloquies and let me know and update me.
Yo.
Well, it's so I wanted you guys to watch it because it's a little the conversation I want to have is a little beyond just a video. And I'm gonna post it in the YouTube in the YouTube. That's what you sound old. I'm gonna put it on the YouTube in the description so anybody watching you get a chance to see it. The main thing it's so a little backstory. I went to Black Wall Street. I don't know if you guys know about it in Atlanta. They got this space now called the Black Wall Street. It's a strip mall and it's got the sign New Black Wall Street and it's all black businesses in there.
Is that in Lithonia?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Stonecrest.
Yeah,
Mall,
something around somewhere before there you go on Snellville because that's where we was headed to.
It's not by Lennox Square, right?
You said what?
It's not by Lennox Square.
No, not at all. Not
close.
at all.
I heard that's good now.
No. It's an area that's pretty, I won't say it's like secluded. Like it's not like, it's in a nice spot. I'm putting that way. That's probably the best way to put it. It's in a nice spot. And I mean, it's good. And I'm not going to talk bad about that if anybody's expecting. My breath is just kind of trying to really formulate my thoughts about, coming together. Does it have to be Black led for us to just build together? And what I mean, like say we have a business, say all of us, we got Brothers of Legacy. And right now it's a pretty much just a majority Black business. Are you on YouTube today? I am. I should be. I was, unless they then kick me off.
You said Black.
You know what? Did I send it? Well, anyway, I'm gonna keep talking. Then I'm gonna let y'all get it. Then I'll do what I need to do. And watching the video, right, with what you call it? What's his name? Geez, my brain. What's the video? What's his name?
Roland Martin.
Roland Martin. It's old patches. And he was talking about media, and he was talking about having our direct connection between creating content and being one of the gatekeepers, and how our collaborations are coming together will help in our products, and how he brought up Taraji P and how Tyler Perry gave her the most money, or at least gave her value, gave her worth.
Give her her bag.
And what I didn't know, he also Cicely Tyson did a movie or two with him, and he literally gave her like $1 million, because she only got like $8,000 for Sounder, and apparently that was a huge movie for her. I think I'm a little too young to really know the effect of Sounder when it came out. And so the conversation today is just about coming together as far as how can we help each other grow, right? As a people, as businesses, and let's throw away we all trying to come together. Let's just work with who wants to come together. And how do we pull up those that desire more, if that makes sense? Not give it away. Like I remember one time, and it's kind of like a word salad right now, or brain salad going on in my head. Thomas, you spoke about you're not like the biggest fan of capitalism. Am I correct?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
So, and I've been on this capitalism, socialism kind of thing, and finding a balance of. So why don't you like capitalism?
Because it does not do well for other classes. And so if we start looking, if capitalism is to work, I think capitalism, everybody has to start at some type of opportunity level playing field. Right. And that's not what's happening. When we talk about trickle down economics, that's a capitalistic system. Trickle down economics has 30 years, 40 years worth of data to show that it doesn't work. And so if we start looking at how trickle down economics has been started being presented, and where it ends up now today, who was harmed in that process? I mean, we got data to look back at. So I'm not against people building businesses. So let me get that out there. I'm not against business and people capitalizing off of business and being able to work and have these opportunities. I'm definitely for it. But when you start talking about capitalistic societies and different other things, we can see that capitalism also holds people out. The reason why we have, I can't say inflation, but the reason why you go to McDonald's now and you reminisce back on when you can go to McDonald's for $3 and get a whole meal, And now you look at McDonald's now and you're like, oh my goodness, it's capitalism. It has nothing to do with, anything else other than you got to pay your stakeholders. You got to make sure everybody's making money.
Right.
If, now we came and raised wages. If we raise wages, we're going to raise prices.
Right.
When you should, build into wage raising and everything, paying your workers what they're worth. But capitalism says, I'm going to make more money on the back end and I'm still going to pay the least amount of wages I want. And if you make me change that, then I'm going to charge you more for it. And so and it's not like they're not making enough money to afford that pay raise. They will not make the pay raise because, or they'll make the pay raise and they'll charge more because they still have to pay their stakeholders. Capitalist. Right. That's the capitalism side of it.
Right. So I thought about that, right? I was thinking about the whole capitalistic system and how, though it has its benefits, I think, as far as there's space and room that people become entrepreneurs, especially in the political space. We're a capitalistic nation. That's said, and there's licenses, but it's not like everything is so heavy burdened with the government, other than like taxes. Like I can pretty much start a business, start selling, long as I'm not selling food improperly. Like it's some decent barriers. I just think it's kind of like living in a capitalistic society, but we should have a socialistic mindset. Don't attack me yet. Hold on. So, meaning we as a people can be kind of greedy. We can have that greedy mindset. And don't shoot me, but the governor of Georgia said something once when we having a gas shortage. He was like, it's like we're really not really having a problem with our system. It's just that everybody is so afraid and they're getting gas, when they don't really need it. Now, you're putting strains on gas stations that have, they know when usually how much coming in, how much is going to be this, like they know the amount of consumption. But if we're all getting gas at the same time, that puts a strain on the system. Kind of even like the pandemic, or even when bad weather's coming. Why is everybody buying all the toilet paper up? Why is everybody buying all the water up? Like, you don't need that. And I think sometimes we operate in a space where we don't think about our neighbor or the next person. That makes sense.
Well,
and
let's go to like the video we watched, the media driving stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is media driven. We're consumers and we consume media. And when media starts putting things out there, as consumers, we start consuming. Right. And if you can create fear, because think about like 9/11 or even better, Y2K. You think about Y2K and the fear that was generated from Y2K and the amount of people that went out and did the most ridiculous things thinking that the system's going to shut down.
The system's going to crash. Right.
The greed it's not greed, it's fear. But if we can tie both of them together through media, then we can get people to move. And people have shown that we're willing to move based upon whatever's presented to us in the media. And a lot of times, when you talk about that balance between capitalism and socialism, I think there should be a balance. But the reality is we know this. The rich get richer and the poor gets poorer. The middle class is going away. And we can see that. And this is the results of a capitalistic society. As I said, people should get their money. But why does it cost so much to go to college?
Right.
Because you got to pay people, because you got all these other things. But why is so much money spent in college sports when you can actually afford to do something different? No, it's a money maker. We're going to now leverage this for money. We're going to start to do it's just all about dollars, and so if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Been saying that all our life, right?
Yeah,
So
yes.
yeah.
But to get back to your initial question, AD, that you said you started off with, do it has to be headed up by a Black person for it to thrive or for us to thrive, right? I would say yes and no. We have two instances that was from that video. One with Tyler Perry's network, and then one with the OWN network. With Tyler Perry, he's keeping the rights to his network, and he's managing his content. Whereas the OWN network, Oprah sold hers, and the content totally changed, right? And her network was used to get the viewership. Once it got the viewership, they switched the content.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And so whereas Tyler Perry, he ain't getting rid of his. He's reinvested back, and he's making sure his content stays the same. Now, do we want to see better content? We still haven't got to that point where
I was about to jump in on that.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying the content is because
right.
what Roland was saying was we still don't have news.
Oh. Well, it's like, to me, when you start thinking about Oprah and Tyler, you can't say that like one is better than the other.
I didn't say that. I was saying it was better.
It's like getting involved in real estate investing. One decides to rent out property, and one decides to flip. Oprah flipped hers. Tyler's renting, and so, but it's still about the money. It's still about the control. It's about the money that they're able to make. When we're talking about content, though, we're talking about things that drive the dollars, the advertising dollars, and being able to get a part of the advertising dollars and being able to create a platform that is healthy for our consuming content. And we have to look at, like Roland Martin says, I'm a healthy alternative to consuming healthy content, but I'm not going to get the advertising dollars. Well, is he? Is his message actually one that everybody wants to hear? Because a lot of times we can look and we can see and we can say, yeah, this is good. Brothers Legacy is good. We should have advertisers on here. And we should. I'm going to say that. I'm a little biased. Right? We should. We should be able to do some things here. But the reality is, the dollars are going to, if we were talking about some ratchet stuff every single day, we get Absolutely. Up here and we get, into the hood, we get into the things that we know. And I mean, people would laugh, we'd make them giggle, it'd be different. But having these conversations that are, just kind of thinking about legacy kind of conversations, people don't really look at things like that.
Right. And maybe that's the case when it comes to like you media. Like I haven't watched Roland Martin a whole lot. I've watched, like I caught that clip and I saw it and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. But I've never have you guys watched Roland Martin from beginning to end? Or?
So me and Thomas before getting on, we both agreed how our feelings regarding Roland Martin was. Like, we said we both agreed to each other. We was like, when I saw the clip, and I see who was the face, I was like, what is he doing? Because I gotta love hate. And I say hate not as a strong word to use. But I'm just showing, a like and dislike. So I can tolerate him so much. Like when I saw that, then when it became homework for us, I was like, making me listen to an hour and a half of this guy talk. Oh my God!
It was good. Though.
I was in the gym. I turned it on, and I was like. Go ahead. I'm like, he's walking the dice.
He revealed a lot of stuff.
I was like, yo.
He spent some game on it. He was
on his Cat Williams right there. He was on his Cat Williams.
That is Cat Williams.
he was on his Cat Williams, and I was like, wow, like I hated that the workout was over and it was time for me to leave the gym and go and come to work and get my work call because I wanted to make sure I finished every minute of that. I was that engaged, and I'm still going to be reserved with him. I'm not gonna like let down my guard.
Right.
I'm not gonna let my guard down, but concerned with Roland Martin.
All right. We'll discuss our problems with Roland Martin in a minute. He said, "I have a structure." He's so silly. Chris said, "I have a structured settlement, and I need cash now." What up, Chris? Good morning. Black led versus black owned, black targeted versus black owned, black led may not mean anything. Now, I will say, like he went into talking about Tubi. Who I didn't realize. I saw the owners, like I thought they were Indian, maybe they sold or something, but it said apparently Fox owns it, and we've seen that. It's since the 90s, a channel will get flooded with a bunch of black content, it'll grow, and then it'll get rid of all this black content. Fox did it, UPN did it. I don't even know, are UPN still around? The WB
now.
It's a CW.
WB, but the black led versus black owned versus black targeted. I think that there has to be something that really speaks to our values, and that's the thing that I think we're looking for, is having that values being spoken for, because I don't think a lot of these reality TV shows that pop up on these networks now speak for our values. That OWN speaks for the values, and but the benefit, I think that's what we're more so looking at, is how do we get the benefit into the community? How do we start getting the economic dollars into the community? So for those who don't know about the video we're referring to, it's talking about how Fox Network built their viewership off of black TV shows, where black viewers would come and they will watch these shows, and they got their black viewership up, and Fox was able to leverage that black viewership to garner a Super Bowl contract. And so now Fox started getting the NFL and getting the Super Bowl contracts and everything else. And then they got rid of the black content, and they started putting other different types of content on there, and they started building Fox News and Fox, these other arenas and everything else. And now that the digital era is up, now Tubi is being flooded with a lot of black content, and now black viewership is up, and the views that they have, the views are ridiculously high now, and Tubi is now becoming one of the highest viewed platforms.
Right.
And it's sponsored by Fox, and they're they're taking these funds and streaming them back into Fox News and different agendas and everything else. And so that's what the clip is, where the clip is coming from, and what we're talking about. And how do you instead of building up Fox and getting Fox to have all these viewership eyes on them, and then being able to capitalize off of that, how do small black media, or media that, because again, is black viewership that's really bringing this allowing Fox to grow and do different things. And it's historically been shown, and now Tubi's doing it. So instead of doing a Tubi, how can we do something that meets the criteria of black owned and black targeted, that can benefit communities of color, since the communities of colors community of color is the ones watching these shows, are the ones watching the show. And so that's kind of a hard, it's a big conversation to have, but it's not impossible, because we see the viewership is out there. But again, how do you get the advertising dollars to go and watch, or to invest in other platforms that are being watched the same way they'll invest in these other platforms?
Because I think about, like, there's got to be alternative to Tubi. I mean, because it seems like, as far as structural and building it, it's not a huge bar to have, like to create the platform, because we see so many channels out there now. So it's like, someone has the blueprint, if you want to start something, you can just kind of start it and have your own server, you know, and have a Netflix like something, you know. And the challenge is, of course, just getting quality content, because Tubi and its quality of content.
Right. It's not, but that's the thing. It's not quality content. It's content that algorithms push out that say this is what people want to watch. Again, it is that idea that there is content out there that people want to watch, but there's also content out there that that just is driven by algorithms. And you know, I'll be honest, like, so when Queen and Slim came out, I was like, man, that would be a great movie to catch on Netflix or something else, right?
Right.
Queen and Slim did not hit Netflix or anywhere else. I still had to pay for it. I was like, I ain't paying to watch this movie. Okay. You can't get me to pay to watch Queen and Slim. I want to see it, but I'm not going to pay to watch it.
Oh, man. That's for that in the movies, too, man. Come on.
So,
you see? Yo, Ryan, I'm taking his black card.
Wait, there's more.
There's more.
So,
okay.
This week, just a couple days ago, I'm flicking through, you know, I got Amazon TV, so it kind of shows different things. And there's Queen and Slim.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool. Is it free? It was on Tubi.
I got it.
And I go and I watch Queen and Slim on Tubi this week.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Now I'm on Tubi. We're having this conversation. But the crazy thing is, once I watched that movie and I started looking at all the other content, I'm like, man, I could catch a lot of old, you know, typical movies that I can't watch anywhere else. They got New Jack City. They got Tupac movie, all these other things. I was like, okay.
All our movies. Right.
Man, but you know, it kind of makes sense now that, you know, they'll put the content that people will go and see. We
will watch. We definitely will.
We'll watch.
Right.
And then they'll get their viewership up, and then they'll get their advertising dollars up, and then that's the game. That's it. But again, how do we jump into that game? How do we disrupt that game?
Right. How do we disrupt that game? So we're gonna turn to Kaneem for the answer.
We change our storyline. We change our storylines. That's how we do it. We change our storylines. Stop releasing the same typical stuff. Oh, I got gun. I'm gonna shoot you over this. You know, that's our content is all the time. I can pretty much sit in front of a movie and show and tell you what the beginning, middle, and end is going to be just when it starts. This is like it doesn't change. Like Issa, Insecure with Issa. That was a breath of fresh air. That was totally different. It was just like
I've never watched that show. Never.
That is our man card. That is our man card for that.
What were you watching?
We're in Insecure. Insecure guys.
Oh yeah. I checked that out too.
Okay, you watched it too, Kenny?
Okay. Yeah. I watch. I mean, you have to. If you ain't never seen it before, then you know. And if you only watch a couple.
I've never watched it.
I watched a couple episodes. It didn't really do anything for me, and I was like,
yeah. You watch a couple episodes, you'll be like, oh, this awesome. But I mean, it's from her perspective and her little girlfriends. Yeah. But all the dudes that she be coming in contact with, and all the dudes that her friends be coming in contact with, it kind of balances it out. So, yeah, even though it's still coming from a female point of view,
but it was different content. It was something.
I got you. Listen,
it wasn't ratchet.
I'm all with different stories.
Well, she want to be ratchet though, but it's not in her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she want to be ratchet, but she is more intellectual, and at the same time, she fighting the ratchetness because it's like I want to be, but I'm gonna fight it, and this gonna be the story for the day. You know what I'm saying? So you'll catch her rapping in the mirror and be like, "Come on now, you're not a rapper." But then again,
the whole premise, Insecure, like she's trying to be down.
Yeah,
she thinks is down. I got you. That's interesting. I might watch it, bro. Thanks for breaking that down. It made me. I don't know. I kept passing. Maybe the thumbnail. You know, sometimes you see a thumbnail, you're like, that doesn't look good. You're like,
it gives the point of view of a female in her 20s.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a middle class female, not rich, not poor, just right there in the middle. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? And, but educated
yes.
ratchetness, if there is such a thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Educated
she's fighting the
ratchets.
ratchetness because she's trying to keep her black card right.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. All right. Hold on. We're gonna put a few comments. There's an interesting question. I think I know the answer, but I think Thomas might be able to break it down a little bit.
I think we all know the answer to this.
Agreed, Thomas. A big part of value is the black card, folks. Having that black card taken away sometimes is nonsense. We need to define what we accept as our culture. I don't think there's one size fit all.
And knowing how to pay spades.
I don't think one size fits all. And
that was from the movie The Blackening.
Yeah. I like that. So Jeff asked the question. He said, how do they know who's watching what? And then he had a follow-up. Where's it at? Where'd I put it? There we go. And then follow-up question to how do they know what color I am? So I don't think
they know color.
No, but they know what you're watching.
Lady.
They know what you're
watching. I think that they assume that if you watching black content, you're black.
Right. You're probably black. Or or at least you're interested in black content.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
What you click on, they know how long you're watching it, and they know what you're hovering over. They know what trailers you're watching.
Yeah.
So
they know they literally know if a trailer even starts, they count that.
Right. Yeah, they know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like and you might only see 3 seconds of it, but if that trailer starts, that's one. We got one.
If you ever watch Netflix,
you go,
he had a couple of months, they'll change their thumbnails to certain movies.
It's all algorithms, and you know,
it's he drives a Tesla and he's in Seattle. Okay, yeah, he's not black. That's how they know.
That's a stereotype.
Right.
So
That's
Nick's
the brothers
has a Tesla.
in Seattle with Tesla that I'm black.
But the algorithms, you can't even. It's hard to trick the algorithms. Also, I try every time I start a new account. They ask you, what do you like? You know, if you start a new music account or if you start a new viewing account. And so what happens is you start choosing stuff. And then when you start choosing the things that you choose, it starts building an algorithm based upon your choices of things you like. Yep. And then from there, it adds on based upon your history of watching or whatever. Different times you watch. When you watch stuff at what time. So, so if you watch The Price is Right, more than likely the algorithm thinks you are an older person or somebody who sits at home all day long and don't really, if you're doing it. If you watch soap operas still, there's an algorithm for that. That's why the commercials that you see are like Geritol and Bengay and different other stuff, because they have a different, algorithm. These are the people who are going to watch, and this is what kind of content we can push to them, and this is what kind of advertising we can push to them, and so it's all about how to make the maximize the opportunity to make dollars. And again, it's not a big deal. Go ahead, jump in.
I want to throw a challenge out there, and I want everybody to remember. Okay. And I want you to tag, if you're on Facebook, tag the Brothers of Legacy. I want you to go to your home screen on Netflix, like open your Netflix home screen and just snap a picture. And I want to see, where you can see, of course, their main advertisement, whatever they're trying to sell you. And the first couple of movies that come up, not the one that say continue, but the ones that they're recommended joints. And I want to see if it matches, because I remember one time my wife would look at my profile. She's like, I ain't never seen any of these movies before. Because I was like, because of what you're selecting, it gives you something different. Like I look at her stuff, I don't get those recommendations because we watch different different things. So I want you guys just take a picture. 9 times out of 10, the big screen one is almost always the same, because I feel like that's the promoted one. Like everybody probably had Lift from Kevin Hart on there at the top.
Kevin Hart.
I don't.
You didn't have it? You didn't get it? Oh man,
I got it. Me and Mama McCoy at the same one. I was just Tombstone and Wyatt Earp. That comes up first all the time for me.
What I would love to do is I would love to see Jeff I want to see Jeff's top 10 in Netflix and my top 10 and see if they
Oh, yes,
match.
that's what. All right, that's what I want you. Yeah, go to your top 10 Netflix.
I'm afraid
Take a
of
picture of that.
Postline. They're going to
top
judge
I
me.
want to see if our top 10.
So everybody on here,
because
top
I'm pretty
10 Netflix.
we watch different things.
They're going to judge me. You're going to see Friends.
Look,
They're going to judge me, man. See?
I've never seen Seinfeld on Netflix. Like I've never.
Yes.
Oh, it's been years.
Wow.
Oh,
No,
man.
it's been years since it came up. I've not seen it.
See? Yeah, Jeff, me and you on the same page, man.
I cannot get Seinfeld on mine.
I got Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I can't even search for Seinfeld.
Let's
There's
pull
not
up.
content.
Curb Your Enthusiasm. Curb Your Enthusiasm is funny.
Yeah. Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's that exact. Yeah, Curb Your Enthusiasm is funny. It is. It's like that. It's like a dry, but it's just
That's Seinfeld. That's actually Seinfeld.
Yeah. Yo, no, yeah, exactly. That's the dude that
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funnier when he do it though.
JB Smoove is Kramer.
Well, yeah, and he funny too.
Yeah.
I will say that Curb Your Enthusiasm, I kind of like that. It got 15 seasons.
It's a new season coming out.
Right.
New
They
season.
got another season. They're still going.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know it was still going. Wow.
And this
That's
is
got to be
how
the longest running show.
they get the big bucks because we sit
Right.
here talking about this.
Yeah.
This content.
This content, right?
Let me ask this question. Do you think that another professional sports league could be developed? Like, for example, they talked about the Negro League, right?
Okay.
And how the talent went to the major leagues, and
Right.
but
all the time.
even though the talent went to the major leagues, the ownership didn't, and the management didn't. The
Right.
talent just went, and so they leveraged the talent to make the other leagues bigger. Do you think the talent that's in other leagues, if somehow, some way, people were finally saying, you know what, forget this, we're going to create our own league and we're going to take our talents with us? Do you think that could actually work?
Imagine.
That's kind of what The Rock was trying to do with the. Well, it's not the XFL no more. They just merged. I'm trying to think of what it is, but that's. I guess you could say that's a black-owned professional football league.
Right.
Which one?
But you hear about Ice Cube, and he has
right.
videos
The
out there
3-on-3.
talking about how the big three has been kind of like shut out by other leagues, and it's not like they're even competing, but he's doing something, trying to create an opportunity, and getting shut down.
But
you think about these platforms, these video watching platforms like Netflix, and then even if it does become black owned and all these other things, does it benefit? And that's the whole thing. Does it benefit the whole culture as a whole,
Right.
or is it still
That's
about
the good part.
capitalism
That's
and
the
making
part.
money? Because that's what you guys start looking at. It becomes still about the money,
Right.
making money. I'm gonna make money. You get yours. I got mine. You get yours. Come on, son.
yeah, that's the thing about it, man. And the sad thing about it is that America is a capitalist country, and if you don't fall in line with this capitalism, you'll get left behind. You'll be on the side of the road with a cardboard sign and say, I'm in need. You know what I'm saying? So it's best that you learn and try to master the art of capitalism instead of just, you know what I'm saying, thinking that you can go another way. Because you can go another way if you want to, but you might well go to another country. Because you ain't going to change America like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no,
so,
I'm Kaneem, I'm not really, and I had to take a step back, right, Kaneem, because I was like, yeah, change the capitalistic. I was like, what if we left the capitalism in America, right? And just changed how we operated as businesses and thought more broadly. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but
why do I need to be a CEO making $8 billion? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much is enough personally? You know what I'm saying?
In the
It's never,
capitalistic society, there's never
it's
enough.
never enough.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Leave America in this system, because when you put too many, when you say the government needs to put more restrictions, then when Kaneem trying to expand his auto business, now it's like, man, they want $50,000 for this next level license. I don't even know where this thing came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're putting these restrictions on capitalism. You got it? Leave that alone. But if we personally begin to change our mindset and systems of how we do things, where we offer more opportunities. If I a CEO at the level where I can get $5 billion, I'll take 500,000 and use the rest to bring other people up. Not give it away. Education, innovation, think tanks, development. You understand what I'm saying? Not.
But the challenge with that is, even though it's all well and good, there's other things that you haven't even experienced yet, like different types of taxes, different kinds of issues that come along with it. So sometimes people have those great ideas from the beginning, but when they start feeling the pressure from other things, they're like, you know what, I might as well just make my money. Why do I have to deal with all this other madness when I can just make my money?
Yeah, man. I mean,
see,
those that impact the masses, they have it's almost like they unlimited financially. You know what I'm saying? So for you to impact your network or your circle, you know what I'm saying, it's better to, like they say, if you teach somebody how to fish, you know what I'm saying? So as far as like you want to benefit the community with education programs and maybe welfare programs and healthcare programs and stuff like that, you got to have some bread, man. And if you ain't got no money, you can't give what you ain't got. So if you can teach your network to, be financially independent and financial, yeah, but you got to have something to give back.
No,
you know what I'm saying? You can't. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If everybody's building up together, you know what I'm saying, you can probably give back to a larger majority if everybody's on the same page, if everybody has the same focus. If our journey is to get to a certain point, then you need to have that financial backing. If you try, because if you don't have that financial backing, you just got an idea, you just got a dream, you got a wish, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's just my opinion, brother.
I'll give you an example of how some of this can work. Okay, Jeff Bezos gives to Van Jones and Dolly Parton and all them. They turn around and reinvest the money that Jeff Bezos gave to them into other organizations. Van Jones did one. It was ConConnect. He invested in ConConnect. Got an infusion of money that helped them to take what they were doing and make it grow bigger. And they changed from ConConnect to Untapped Solutions. And Untapped Solutions is now making impact within people and helping them to develop business mindsets and opportunities and systems and structures and other things like that, where these individuals who go through this organization can now jump into this capitalistic opportunity and possibly turn it around where more people are being equipped to understand how to run businesses and do other things and develop that mindset. Not everybody knows how to engage in the capitalistic opportunities, but it takes people that have big money like Jeff Bezos and says, here's 9 figures, go give it away the way you want to go give it away. And Van Jones saying, okay, I'm not going to think about myself in this space where I'm making all this, I have this money and this opportunity. I'm going to take this money and I'm going to find all these other organizations that can now infuse into other people. And I'm going to drop the money into these and invest into these companies. And these companies are now going to be able to increase capacity. And now their capacity is increasing. Now they're turning around and doing the same and increasing capacity for others. I think
Yeah.
if we had more people and more companies doing things like that, and not just having photo ops and not just, you know, putting their money out there so they can say, hey, we did our good for today, that yeah, we can equip people to elevate their mindset and lifestyle to a point where they can make these differences. And that's important, that, you know, we have to see the common good in all things. We have to see that there are people out there, not, you know, like Martin Luther King, not judged based on the color of skin, but the content of character. We got to see there's content of character out there. And as we start to do this and see that the character of people matters, not the evidence-based whatever and this and that, we have to see that there's people out there that have great ideas and that they can make significant impact and begin to invest in those. The problem is most people don't want to invest in those things because you won't get credit for that. You won't be able to see, you know, the outcomes or the benefits that you're providing. A lot of times that's what it comes down to is this the sexy thing? You know, we can continue to give dollars to these organizations that have been ineffective for years just because they have the big name tied to them and we look like we have these kinds of partners. And so my point is there comes a point where this is happening. It's happening at a small scale, but we have to understand how to scale it up and how to make this for lack of better terms, the sexy thing to do versus, you know, the tubies and just getting the money and driving people down. So
like I said, the main thing is all of us and changing the mindset about how much is enough personally. And I'm not talking about Jeff Bezos. I'm just talking about us, like building your company up. How much is enough? And listen, soundbite this. I'm not talking about giving away anything. I'm talking about building something like, you know, educationally, like, and you can have the opportunity, you know, you get your photo op. I don't know, like moving out of the selfish mindset. I think sometimes and I get, you know, our first goal is to, especially as men and families, take care of our fam. Like, yo, they got to be straight first. Like, boom, I get them nice and propped up. Then I could kind of focus my money on the world. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And
but you know,
slow walking this conversation, but I just want to kind of go ahead, Thomas.
If you're waiting for, you know, when I finally get enough and then I can make this contribution to the world,
right,
I think
that's good.
That's the problem. You know, when I was investing in real estate, I used to always say, you know, when I make this amount of money, then I'll go ahead and I'll do this, right? But the reality was I've always had the opportunity to have the mindset that I have now and give from not from a point of abundance, but from a point of this is what I have. I need to give, and this is the giving aspect of life, that we have to be givers. We can't always be consumers and takers and all these other things, that we have to give back from the standpoint of wherever we're at. And so when you start thinking about now that you're making more, are you more of a giver or now are you more of a holder? Because a lot of times the mindset that you carry into that is the mindset that you'll carry through it. And so as you start to build your wealth, your mindset has to be able to shift to that point of being a giver, being able to look into supporting other things. Now, again, once you get to a point where money's unlimited, then you're going to be a giver because I got to do something else with this money. I just got too much. But how many people have unlimited money? Raise your hand.
Ain't nobody on this screen.
Don't be trying to play me.
Yeah, I'm gonna safely assume nobody on this screen has that type
not safely assume.
But it doesn't mean we can't make impact. That's the whole thing. Where we're at.
Oh no, man! And so that was one of the things me and my wife was talking about.
Okay.
So we had helping folks along the way. You know what I'm saying? Still being, you know, financially literate about the situation, but also trying to help those that come up. So we was thinking about doing like Section 8 housing for those that have a limited income, but along with that Section 8 housing, you had to have little training modules. So you had to do interview training. You had to do credit education. You had to do job applicants. It was different programs that we wanted to put in place, but they were mandatory for you to be um, a resident where we was at. You know what I'm saying? Because we wanted to get you to a point where you could go and be a first time home buyer. So you getting all this education at the same time because you low income and you on Section 8, but the end goal is to get you to be a homeowner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once you become a homeowner, you'll have more opportunities because you can actually see the benefits of not being a renter. You know what I mean? So that was just some of the things that me and the wife wanted to do. But you got to have that bread to do it, and you got to have kind of a good network. But as far as financial backing, but that was some of the stuff that you could help somebody
legacy.
on the way up.
Build a network. The network part is honestly like, so that's my first level goal with Brother Legacy, and I'm gonna get better with getting out, Kaneem, I promise. And I think the main thing is the building of the network, because I feel like there are folks that are connected to resources, but they just don't have the idea or plan. And then there's those that have the idea and plan, but they just don't have the resources. Makes sense? I'm gonna put together Match.com to start bringing those folks together. Like, hey, he got big plan, you got big money. Yeah, have a conversation.
Stuff like that is already out there. There's people out there doing stuff like that. But the reality is how to connect to it and how to make sure no one understands the how. We understand the what needs to be done. We know why it needs to be done.
The how.
It's the how. And a lot of times I think that's where we miss elevating people is we don't teach how to do certain things. We just go happen. When I learned how to invest in real estate, I was going out there buying every video that I can afford. Every time I can afford a new video or go to some kind of conference or whatever, I will go out there and do that. That stuff costs a lot of money. Not everybody.
A lot of money.
Absolutely.
They don't have the money to go out and learn and elevate themselves into learning this stuff. And then even when you do, it costs a lot of money to go through the trials and tribulations of learning how to do it. You're gonna lose $1,500 every now and then, So
been there, done that. Been there, done that.
And it's like the how-to is where people make their money, and that's why it's always held back. The how-to is, but wait, there's more, and you pay me, and I'll teach you more. And a lot of times we have to get to the point where we're just really helping people get to that next level. Like, oh, well, you got a great idea over here. I know somebody over here. We're going to help you elevate your proposal so that this person can see a finished product. We're not going to make you pay to elevate it. We're going to bring you along. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you can't just give away stuff like that. Yes, you can, because other cultures do. And that's where we have to start getting. We can't get paid for everything. We always want to get paid for every single thing. So that goes back to what AD is saying. How much is enough? Now, if you got your money maker, but you can also do something on the side where you can help people to elevate that have these great opportunities and ideas. But at the same time, it's tough because we live in a capitalistic society. Right. And everything that's pushed to us is capitalism. That's why we got little kids out on the streets talking about, look at all the money I got. I got all this money, and in reality, you ain't got nothing. You got some money that you're fronting with, and that's it. And so, but money becomes our identity. When we look at capitalism and capitalistic society, money is the true identity that a lot of people have. Is if I have money, then I am whatever. The reality is money doesn't make you more of anything than you already are. Money is a tool. Don't let money use you as a tool.
That's
Anyway,
it. Money is a tool. Money is a tool. I'm trying to master on how I can master this tool.
get more tools.
Hey,
Need more
hey,
tools.
hey, at the end of Players Club had the line: "Make that money.
Don't let it make you.
Don't let that money make you."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Well,
balance, because you got to take care of your family. Everybody wants to live in a bigger house. Everybody wants a nicer car. Everybody wants to take vacations. So
bigger
how
house
can
is
you do it to
overrated.
the point where you could do that and you can make an impact? You know?
I was just about to say that you can do them both at the same time.
Help you out. Let me help people out. A bigger house overrated. Bigger house
Overrated.
It costs more to heat.
Right.
It requires a lot more to clean, more square footage to clean.
Yeah.
That's why I got to make more money so other people can.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I need more money.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, you got to make more money. I mean, you got to help more people. You know what I'm saying?
This is the cycle we need to get out of, because I think
Right.
that's
But
been our
what
biggest thing.
happens.
We're stuck in a space where we're chasing the job to pay bills that we're creating more of, and it's like an endless cycle of paying bills. Got to pay bills. Can't stop, won't stop. Got to pay bills. Can't stop, won't stop. Got to pay bills.
Oh man, Bill's gonna be there to the day you die. You just gotta be confident and happy with the bills that you choose to pay.
Is that a good mindset? I had, I always say that got to pay to play, right? But why does it have to? Why does that have to be bills to the day?
That sounds like what a woman of the night would say. You got to pay to play. That sounds like.
Did he just
I've never
call you
been
what?
there.
I'm gonna throw him off. I'm gonna throw him off for that. Just that thought. I got him. He gone.
I appreciate. I didn't know what to do. I froze.
I got you, brother. You got the power. We should just kick the ball. It's all good.
Oh man.
Right.
Bring him back. Yo, Kaneem.
Yes, sir.
But you know,
There we go.
you should never be judged upon your past. Kaneem is talking about his history.
Yes. Day before yesterday, we talking about what happened back in the back. Not going forward.
History.
All right, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. I know y'all gotta go. You see, I'm slow going this. I got a lot. All right, so appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. Make sure you share. Sharing is caring. We have a lot more of these conversations.
Yeah, I think this is really is one that we can talk about. I was just gonna say, like, I don't know if this conversation's over. Do you feel like it's over?
No,
it's not over yet. We need a part two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think that probably could be like a series. You can make a day of that per week.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But real quick, fellas, those within the inclement in the areas where you're getting inclement weather, you're getting the snow and ice and all that stuff. When you're cleaning your cars, please be careful. Please be careful. Like, what do you mean, Larry? That's nothing to it. That's what I thought. I went out, pulled the trash out. I'm saying, go ahead and clear the car off since Karen's going to drive this car later on the day. I'm going around clearing the car off. And this is, and I guess this is where aging just starts to really get in. I get around in the car. I get to the front of the car, right? I'm knocking it out. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing it.
All right.
Knocking it out. And then all of a sudden, I lost my footing. In my car. I lost my footing. So
I got the black ice.
So
he put out there.
I could have did a little to write it, but I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what?
I'm going down.
I was like, I said, you know what? Let's not fight this. Let's not fight it.
That's how you get hurt, no doubt. That's how you get hurt.
So I said, I'm gonna go down. So I went, and then the leg bent the right way, but the wrong way. No, it bent right. It bent the way it's supposed to bend, but it overbent the way it was supposed to bend. And I was like, oh shoot. I was like, did I just blow my knee out? I was like, did I blow my knee out? I'm laying down there like, Kyle's gonna come out here and find me in this snow, just laid out. What happened?
Yeah.
Man,
So Larry, let me say this.
First
I'm
of all,
from
you
California.
know.
I live in warm weather places. I've never lived in snow,
Okay.
and I even knew better than that. Come on,
Yeah,
man. The black
yeah,
ice.
yeah.
Everybody
no,
knows.
it wasn't black. It wasn't black ice. It was snow
Oh,
that
it
kind
was-
of frozen over.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you out there in it.
Just the frozen whatever, the frozen
You always gotta do the
tundra.
shuffle.
That's why I
You
hate
gotta do
the
snow. I
Half,
don't
half it was snow. The other half was snow ice. I didn't know where.
You out there,
I
And
you
I-
out there looking like Fred Flintstone.
watch the eye.
Not Fred.
I did.
Like,
Mabel.
Yeah,
Mabel,
exactly.
I was like, man, Carla comes out there. What's wrong with you? My knee is bruised. My ego is bruised. Everything is bruised.
everything is bruised. All right.
I was like, you have to go to the
One way lays
gym.
on another. I know that's right.
But hey, I'm feeling okay. But I'm just want to make sure everybody else
Glad you're okay though.
be careful.
Yes,
Be careful out there. There will not
Yeah.
be no live core fitness at lunch today because I want to make sure
do the injury. Do the injury.
I got to get through. But it'll be there in the morning. But yeah, so I just want to make sure.
And my dog,
I'm looking out for you guys.
don't try to clean your car in the snow. Just get in it and keep moving.
See, you one of those guys.
Yeah, I got snow flying everywhere. That's me.
Yeah,
Watch out.
one of them.
Come
I
on.
mean, windshield and maybe back window, but I'm not trying to get the body clean and
Thomas right there.
no.
That's our capitalistic thinking. I'm gonna just do enough to get out of here, and everybody else gonna have to deal with my trash that's gonna fly off on the highway. You got to watch out for the snow.
Yeah. That's pretty much sums it up. You're right.
Yeah, but there we go. With this
All right.
Karen. To let you guys know, yeah, be safe.
I gotta get.
All right. We appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna let y'all have y'all day back, and
All right.
I guess we'll holler at each other. What's tomorrow? Oh, tomorrow Friday, Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday. Okay, Larry, spin that wheel.
Appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us. 988. If you or someone you love is having a mental health crisis, make sure you dial 988. Wait a minute. What's that? It's all right. We got black ice covering everything. Listen, I don't know how y'all feel about Key and Peele, but you got to put Key and Peele and you got to put black ice. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Oh
Key and
God.
Peele, black ice.
Yeah.
All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Next week. Tomorrow, Freestyle Friday. Know that we love you. Jesus loves you better. Stay safe. Make good choices. And we'll see you tomorrow. That's it. That's all. We might talk about this a little bit tomorrow. We got the spinning the wheel. So we'll see. All right, guys. Take care. Peace out. Thank you for rocking with us. Peace out.